path to net zero is not linear, and we need all forms of renewable energy in the system to reach our decarbonisation goals, and renewable gas has a critically important role to play in that. We need supportive, clear government policy that's not picking winners to support a renewable gas future so we can ultimately reach our net zero goals for Australia as quickly as we can.
Gas is a really important enabler for the energy transition in Australia. It's been overlooked for a long time. Gas is in transition itself. There is the ability to produce renewable gases and net zero gases, and we need the investment to flow in.
We don't have a coherent energy policy to deal with the transition. We seem to be stuck on just a few technologies and not really dealing with the realities that we're facing in terms of the magnitude of the task.
As a country in our pathway to net zero, there's a lot of focus on electrification, but there was a lot of conversation about alternative ways of getting there. So renewable natural gas or biomethane was a large part of the conversation. Hydrogen was talked about, and all those things together with PV solar and wind are needed for us to achieve a net zero target by 2050.
We need to be looking at how we can decarbonise our gas use whilst we are decarbonising our electricity sector. If we look at Denmark as an example, 75% of their gas network will be biomethane by 2030. We are well behind, but we can catch up quickly. The technology is there, the feedstock is there, the opportunity is there, and we just need policy to unlock it.
Renewable gas, all forms of gas, whether it's biomethane, hydrogen or natural gas, it's got a really important role to play in our energy future. We need generation that can be turned on and off to meet the troughs and peaks of renewable energy, and that energy comes in the form of gas, and it can be, and is it transitioning to hydrogen like we're working on in South Australia, but there's other forms of gas we can use for that as well.
We use large amounts of natural gas in high heat processes that can't be electrified. So for us to decarbonise our business, we're actively working through a project in Western Sydney today that will produce renewable natural gas from organic waste and provide that to our brick plant.
It's important to get a balanced message to consumers that many Australians are actually misinformed about the pathway and the range of options to reducing emissions. Rapid electrification is actually driving emissions up, and we are all supportive of a transition away from all fossil fuels. But let's do it in a rational way, let's do it in a well-informed way that makes use of the best possible technologies, because that will also have the best economic outcomes as well as the best environmental outcomes.
This is not going to be cheap. If we get off gas and we go all electric, for Victoria, for example, where you've got 76% of households connected to the reticulated gas network, if we're exiting gas, we need a proper, orderly process to do that, and we need the right supports for households so they can do it at the lowest cost and in a way that supports the electricity network at the same time.
Every Australian wants there to be emissions reduction pathway. They want to reduce their energy consumption. They want to do it as cheaply and as fast as possible.